in terms of goal scoring. It's not, most of the teams have not scored 5 goals, but they are in the next round. But we managed to score 5 goals. But at the back, we were leaking.
The Black Stars, I wasn't surprised what happened, because going into the tournament, Black Stars, I think when Chris Houston took over, we've not scored in the first half till that game. Kudus had that free kick.
Hello there, welcome to MYBET.AFRICA TV right here. My name is Anakwa Milabi. It's been a while since we came your way with some great content, but don't worry, we are back with some great content right here on the platform. But let me remind you that anytime you want to get some great content from us, all you need to do is press the bell up there. So when we drop any video, you can get notifications and watch and enjoy with us. Once again, my name is Anakwa Milabi. I'm here with the squad. I'm here with Abdallah,
Son of Abdallah.
Kwesi in the building, and of course Benedict also is here. Today we're going to take a look at the Black Stars. I know the Black Stars have been trending for the past 2-3 days. Everybody wants to tear the Black Stars up, but I want to go into the details of what really is happening in the Black Stars camp. But before, let me just find out from my people. Benedict, welcome.
Thank you.
I want you to rate the performance of the Black Stars in this year's AFCON. It was short-lived. We were hoping to qualify to the group stage, so the next stage with just 2 points. In a nutshell, describe the performance of the Black Stars for me in your own words.
Okay, in my own words, I think with the Black Stars, I wasn't surprised what happened, because going into the tournament, we from some games we got to know that some of their matches they were struggling to win. Black Stars, I think when Chris Houston took over, we've not scored in the first half till that game. Kudus had that free kick, so we're struggling in games. So going into this tournament, some Ghanaians were having hopes that at least we'll go out of the group stages. But with me, I wasn't expecting anything different. So seeing this, the shocking moment was leading a 2-1 and just leaving it like that. That was a shocking moment for me. So
you mean the game against Mozambique?
Yes, the Mozambique game. So rating them, I'll just give them maybe a 3/10, because with me, I was expecting this. It wasn't anything different.
So rating 3/10.
3/10. Yeah.
What about you?
It was abysmal. It was shambolic. It was that bad, because looking at our pedigree in the African Cup of Nations, to succumb to countries like Mozambique and then Cape Verde in a group stage is very bad. Where the positive in this tournament is in terms of goal scoring. It's not, most of the teams have not scored 5 goals, but they are in the next round. But we managed to score 5 goals. But at the back, we were leaking. We were conceding silly goals from silly mistakes. So I think in this tournament, my ratings will be 4.5 out of 10 for Ghana Blackstars.
4.5 out of 10. One will be. I mean, if I'm to give my ratings, I'm not sure. Anyway, I don't know who in Ghana is more disappointed than I am, because to be honest, and this is the Black Stars, just like you said, per our pedigree, 4 times African champions, and we don't won a trophy or that trophy in 40 plus years. It's very, very sad. But my opinion here doesn't matter. You guys are the professionals. Sure. Let's take a look at things that went wrong, especially in that final game against Mozambique. I mean, it's obvious. The one that comes to mind when everybody's talking about it is the mistake from goalkeeper Richard Ofori. What dude? Let's get into that game.
Okay, so first of all, when the lineup came out, I don't think many Ghanaians had issues with the lineup, but the problem was the in-game management. How after leading against a country like Mozambique, you don't go back to defend. That's because after Jordan scored the second goal, he took off Antoine Semenyo for Daniel Amati, which in my opinion was a wrong substitution, because that means we've accepted that the 2 goals is okay and we have to come and sit back. That was when the Mozambicans took the game to us. They started pressing, crossing from all angles, and we can't hold pressure. Because from the first game against Cape Verde, when they started putting pressure on us, we are not able to defend well in organization. And another thing I don't get is, after the introduction of Amati, we didn't know the structure of the defense right now. We didn't know if it was a 3-back or a 4-back with Amati as a right back or Alidu as a right wing back.
It kind of looked like a 3-back for me because
I was seeing Alidu more
on the
right back instead of right wing back.
So well, I mean, you take off your attacker, bring in defenders. What again do you expect?
So
what do you mean by right or wing no call him?
So
why no defending?
Because honestly, we weren't possessing. So what Alidu needs to do was just stay back, because if you go for it, that means you are leaving spaces behind. And Amate is not someone who can cover his space and add your space. So obviously Alidu had to stay back, and that was one wrong thing from the technical bench, bringing on Amate. And I feel like Kudus' sub was also wrong, although it was late. But we needed someone, because we weren't keeping possession. We needed someone who at least hold on to the ball. When we get the little we have, maybe Amate or someone who offload the ball to someone like Kudus, then he will hold on to the ball for a while to draw a foul. The job that Jordan Ayew does, he will draw fouls, more and fouls,
clap small, then he will draw fouls
because Ayew couldn't do the job, and he ended up causing a penalty. So someone like Kudus in the game would have made more impact than when he brought on Inaki Williams, because already he had lost confidence. Like the way the coach said in the previous game, like someone like the mistake Usman Bukari did, Bunabum, so he couldn't play more. So it was the same mistake Inaki Williams made, and he cried on the bench. So for someone bringing on someone like that when he's not confident and motivated to play, obviously he would have no impact in the game. So in my opinion, he should have left Antoine Semenyo on to keep the pressure up front and Mohamed Kudus, rather than bringing on Inaki Williams and Daniel Amati. So at the beginning, the lineup was okay. Everyone agreed with the lineup, but the in-game management was very poor from our technical team. And then the individual errors. I don't know if I don't know. After the game, I made a post. I've come to a conclusion that we are cursed or something, because the ball was going out.
A lot of people,
and the goalkeeper knew he wasn't in his post. So if he had just left the ball, it was going out. Brother, why do you do this to us?
If you take a look at the replay, the ball going out would have eventually been a corner.
A corner, yeah.
Still,
yes.
Okay, but then
I think the ball came across one of the players.
No, it was
Salis or something like that.
So what he had to do was just to grip the ball, catch the ball.
Exactly.
Easy.
You see, if you're going to
because there wasn't any attacker coming on at you.
Benedict, it's obvious you also agree with me. You saw the replay. If you're going to go into the nitty-gritties of what happened on the pitch that day, you realize that someone like Victor Ofori was just a victim.
Yes.
He was the victim because he saw the ball hit a player. Or a chibord. Defender who might not have seen that ball touch a player, say Jabon and Uncle. It's like now he doesn't know. I honestly,
we actually don't know the community. We knew the community that went on the.
I don't know. People might give me stick for this, but honestly, I think Victor Ofori is the victim. But I mean, let's just move away from that. Let's talk about your take on the last game against Mozambique.
Okay, so with the last game, I think during the first half we were giving them a good game where they were sitting back because we were giving them pressure with Joseph Pinto. But I don't know why the coach had to take him off, because he was the one who caused the penalty in the first half. He was also doing really good. So if in that game, I don't know what the tactical thing behind bringing on Dede Ayew. Maybe if it was just to equal the record, fine. If it's to equal the record, then we could have waited for like 80 minutes and bring him in. But if it's a tactical change for him to come and make a change within the whole set, then I think it was wrong, because Joseph Pinto was the man who was holding up the game. I know maybe a lot of people would say this is wrong, but in this game, Kudus was marked so hard that he couldn't even have an impact on the game till the second half, where he started holding ball and drawing up fouls. So Joseph Pinto was someone who should have kept on. Taking him off, the coach complained about him having fatigue, and there was videos running around that he said no, he wasn't having fatigue. So with that, I think technically the coaches had everything wrong, and that caused us the game.
Speaking about the coaches, I mean, I'm sure by now everybody has seen the story that Coach Chris Hilton has been sacked. Is it too early to start putting out names of who might be able to take over the job as the Black Stars coach?
At the moment, I think we should just get back to the first line and start all over again. The coach is the least person to sack here because we have players not ready to play. We have staffs maybe influencing players, telling them different stuff. So we should go back, sit down, make a plan because there is another AFCON coming up next year in Morocco. And if we don't set up well, we will go into the AFCON again and disgrace ourselves. If you like bringing Pep Guardiola,
that's if you're able to qualify to the AFCON.
If you like bringing Pep Guardiola, bring in the best coaches, give the coach to maybe the Black Stars. There'll be management team influencing. There'll be players acting like they don't want to play. Some feeling like they have the authority to have a full 90 minutes without them not going out. So we need to get back and start everything again.
But dude,
I agree with the second of Coach Chris Hughton. What's next? What is next?
If you don't agree,
what is next? Because there was high hopes when Ejumanema Chris Hughton, but we've not seen his impact on the team. Because I remember so well in his first game against Angola in March, we won 1-0 courtesy of a goal from Semenyo in the last minute. And in that game, after that game, Ghanaians were optimistic because we played Thomas Partey and Edmonado, and we had a lot of possession. Played since Chris Hughton came. In fact, that was the game we played most shots, 9 shots on goal. Since then, our highest was, I think, 4 against Cape Verde or something. So, in all this, we've not seen the handiwork of the coach, whether we are playing Buga Buga or Tiki Taka or balloon the ball to the striker, make it go pick the ball. So, the coach's handiwork is not on the team. And we've not had a consistent lineup. We've not played the same lineup in 2 consistent games. So Coach Nangasa, he doesn't know my preferred team. Today you see Antoine Semenyo leading the lines. Tomorrow he's on the rings for Inaki Williams and all that. So I think with that, the coach deserves second. But after that, what is next? Because under this same administration, we've had four different coaches since 2019. We've had 4 different coaches since 2019, and they've all had the same issues. We will sack the coach, bring in another one, then the same issues happen again. So it goes beyond just coaching on the field. There are so many things that goes into the Black Stars, the call-ups, the training of the players and all that. So it goes beyond. So I agree with the coach sacking of Chris Hughton. And for now, we shouldn't rush into any decision. Let's take our time, come back, solve the issues, and if there's another coach we feel will be good, then we appoint him.
Who according to you?
Me, my preferred coach is Hervé Renard, number 1. But I doubt.
Can you pay him?
You can pay him.
You know that was an issue some time back when his name came coming up.
You can pay him. You can pay him because there are rumors going around that Chris Hughton allegedly he earns $50,000.
If it's true, his salary we never hear of how much.
So if Chris Hughton is earning $50,000, I think Hervé Renard can take the same salary.
Yeah, I think Hervé Renard was getting to 100,000 in Saudi. So if you are bringing in a coach who would help you, the money wouldn't be an issue.
Yes.
Because the coach is building a team. You'll be going to tournaments, performing, winning AFCON, getting to good places in the World Cup. The money is not the issue. Because you bring in coach, you sack him, then you have to pay the bonuses or the clause, whatever is in their contract. If they are to pay them for the remaining years, you have to pay them off, and these are all waste of money. So we get in a coach, and we need to allow the coach to make his selections and also bring in players he wants. Not maybe, okay, there's a player from my club, fix him in. I know this player, or maybe this player is paying much, or we are taking this from this player, so you need to fix him. That has been the problem of the Black Stars, yes. Because going into a game like the Cape Verde game, we knew that Majid Ashimeru wasn't that fully fit. We had another attacking midfielder in Richmond Lamptey, who was also good from Kotoko. The coach had to put him on the stands and fix 2 goalkeepers on the bench. There's an issue going into a tournament. We've been complaining about you playing double pivot, which isn't working. Your double pivot you are fixing are all side back passes. They are no good ball carriers. So you had a player. So what was the reason of putting him on the stand and fixing in 2 goalkeepers?
To say a bench, no bench. Anyway, we'll come to the issue of captaincy, but I just want to chip this in. So, people were saying that, you know, I think the one of the only gestures that one of the players did to show that, yeah, he really, really respected the fans coming to support was Amati.
Yeah.
Yes, but later we also saw apologies from Alexander Ijuku. And in case you haven't seen, let me read this out for you. And he says, words will certainly not be enough to erase the disillusionment. Brofo. We are disappointed and very sorry for our Ghanaian people that we have failed at this stage of the competition. But if you only knew how grateful we are to have been supported by you, our Ghanaian fans. And a lot of people commenting, giving you thumbs up and all that. I also know that Joseph Pencil has also written an apology. So far, as I speak, no apology from our captain.
Vice captain.
And our vice captain, and that is, to me, I think that's very worrying.
Yeah,
I want to say that yes, maybe it could be psychological because let's face it, Dede has faced a lot in this Blackstars Cup, this Blackstars squad ever since he took over captaincy from our general captain, our general captain, our former general captain, Asamajan. What do you think about this, Benedict? Let me start with you. Why do you think, as at now, there's no apology from him? I'm checking his Twitter right now for shaggy reasons.
Okay, so maybe you check before.
So yeah, I don't think.
I think with him, maybe he's just waiting for the right time to just give an apology.
When is the right time?
Maybe he wants to settle before coming up with an apology, but I think he should have been the first person to come up with an apology. If we're expecting people to give us an apology, it would have been him and Ofori, because they caused us that game. So if there are people to come up with an apology earlier, they should have been those two.
Wadu?
He needs to shake off the disappointment.
He's been shaking it off.
So I'm sure
I want to play neutral.
Afterwards,
neutral.
And another thing is the apology should be real. No blame games. You know, during the World Cup when he missed the penalty, he came to write on Instagram that his goddaughter was sick previous day. And if you know your goddaughter was sick, why do you play the game? Why do you insist you play the game? Because even players like Ronaldo, who are mentality monsters, when his daughter was sick, he took off a break from Manchester. You can't play. So someone like you are also mentally strong, but in this case there is emotions attached. So you just have to take a break of the team, because I'm sure there are able players who will be able to replace you. Yeah. So that was what he should have done. So I'm sure he needs to shake off the current disappointment. As him being the captain who has been leading Ghana to this disappointment there, it will be hard. So maybe make you give him time. And you know, it was yesterday that we were officially out. So I'm sure by now they are drafting the apology and all that.
And also, I mean, there's so much happening in the Blackstars squad that we can't solve the Blackstars issue. We can only address
the issue is huge.
Yes, some of the obvious issues in the Blackstars squad. We can't really solve them now.
Another thing is right now we need to start from zero. The Blackstars. There's no player who should be like who should be entitled to a call up in the Blackstars. It should be from the scratch.
Yeah.
Justify your inclusion. So we don't have any player like Patisi. If I play well, Blackstars best friend me. It should be justify your inclusion. So players like Collins Doifa in clubs that we don't know in performance. We don't see him regularly, but every day the call up he go there inside. Since Chris Wheaton camp, Collins Doifa he did the call up inside. And we have some good local players who we don't look at because they are playing in the local league. But in Ghana here, all our successes have been from the local players. Since 1963 when we won the first AFCON, it has been local players. The players who were playing foreign like Antonio Boy, they didn't win anything for Ghana.
True.
Even Asamoah we've been praising now. At that time he was playing at his peak in Ghana. He was in Sunderland and Al Ain. So we have to also look at the local players. We shouldn't forget them. And the annoying thing is the two local players we had in the team. They're not the bench. Then put them for stands. Then if you look at Egypt, Egypt, they are Abdel Monem, Abdel Fattah, Zamalek Al Ahly players. In the midfield, Ashu, Zamalek player. Mohammed, Zamalek player. So they are incorporating the local players. Most of the teams, if you look at it, they have local players in the team. Only Ghana, we don't have local players.
Thing, Egypt particularly, it's been a thing for them since I started watching.
All their goalkeepers are local players. El Senawi Al Ahly, Gabaski, Zamalek.
Yeah.
So we have to also try and develop our local game so that we'll be able to provide more players for the national team. I think that's also another thing we need to look at for the Black Stars.
Right. You want to add anything before we wrap up?
And also with football, now football is growing. Now clubs, even football clubs and countries are using data to try and analyze their players. I remember I watched the documentary on Belgium when they weren't performing in tournaments, so they had to come up with a structure. They had data scientists coming in using analysis of players. That's when they came up with players like Lukaku, De Bruyne. They were all in the Belgium league, trying to push them outside, get this exposure from Italian leagues and other
the major leagues around here.
So this is something we should do. We should come up with a database, have all our players, try to look at their performance. So when we are coming up with a call-up, we know that this player is good. He has this number of goals. He has this number of minutes. He's good at this position. Then we just call them. We didn't call players. Then you have to now pick your phone and Google to check even the clubs they play for. So this is something we should maybe try and bring in. Get a good set. And because we go into a tournament, our 3 goalkeepers, Richard Ofoe hasn't been in post since 2022. I think Walcott had an injury. He came back recently. Atizigi too is performing, but he's taking in goals. We had a goalkeeper in Dreams FC who was performed so well in the CAF Champions League. We couldn't even include him in the squad. So as Wadudu was talking about local players, putting in this goalkeeper from your local league in the CAF Champions League, you boost his confidence. Gradually, he learns from this top goalkeepers coming in, and in subsequent tournaments coming in, he could come in and perform well for you. So this is something we should be looking at.
This is something we should be looking at. I have just one last question. I need just a direct answer. It's a yes or no. Is Ghana cursed?
No.
Benedict?
Maybe yes.
So do want to drop your reply in the comment section, and as I wrap up the show, thank you so much for watching us right here on MYBET.AFRICA TV. My name is Nanokwa Milabi. Do well to touch that little bell there. Yes, just click on it. Anytime we drop content, you'll be the first person to watch and react to our videos. Until I come your way another time with great sports content. My name is Nanokwa, and have a blessed day.